40% of parents worry about their kids' online privacy, but less than half are regularly monitoring their children's online usage.
That's according to a Harris Poll survey. And on your sides, Kristine Lazar is joining us now with an internet safety expert to talk about what parents can and should do to keep their kids safe. Kristine.
Rudabeh, it is Data Privacy Week, and some of the most coveted data by cyber criminals is that belonging to children. I'm joined now by Denise Tayloe, CEO of Privo, which is an industry leader in kids' privacy. And judging by that stat that less than half of parents are actually monitoring their children's online activity, what should they be doing?
Well, thank you for having me, Kristine. Certainly, I would say that the first half that are monitoring should take another look. And the rest of them should all realize that age matters. So look at what age settings your child has. Social media accounts have typically been 13 and over. It's the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act that drives that age. Children under the age of 13 have special protections, and parents have to permission their data use. So that's, I think it's educating, just getting educated.
And you mentioned if your kid is giving you pushback on not allowing them on social media or certain apps, you tell them it's actually the law. Kids are not supposed to be on those before 13, correct?
That's right. And now a company can certainly invite a child in, but if they do, they have to ask, hey, what is your parents' email address? We need to communicate the privacy policies and settings, and parents shouldn't be shy to verify their identity to establish their parental controls. So there's, as someone might say, why am I being asked to prove who I am? It would be easier to just have my child fib. Well, actually, that little fib early on keeps the age out of line for many years to come. And so the algorithms and, the data aggregators are all looking at an incorrect age. So it's really important to get the age right as soon as possible.
And then they could be giving your kids ads and content that are suitable for a 17, 18-year-old, but not so much for a 12-year-old.
Correct.
Okay, now let's talk about why these cyber criminals are so interested in children.
Yeah, well, it's good, fresh, clean data. Right? So they can use this data to open accounts, utilities, other sort of lightweight accounts that allow that profile to start to build. And a child can get to an age and find out, what do you mean I already have, credit in my name or something like that. I think that also, kids share a lot of their photos, and even if you have a different name and a different age and you think you're safe, your photo is you, and that biometric can be changed and morphed very easily to put you in a bad position. So I think kids just need to be really careful about what they're putting out there and realize that it can come back to them in a changed way.
And you also said sometimes these criminals will use the kids to garner information about their parents, and then the parents will be victims of identity theft.
That's right. So if you want to get to the parent and figure out how to get into their accounts, and you need the password hints and the like, you can get a lot of information from the child's account that can actually get entry into the parent's home and into their accounts.
Now, there's a lot of apps out there. I know I use some like Life 360 and Bark, which help parents monitor their kids' phones. But is it possible, if you don't want to pay for these apps, to just do it on your own? And if so, what is the best way to monitor their iPads, their phones? They're on them so often.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a tough one, but I would say consider taking the devices away at a certain time in the evening, and like you put your boots aside when you come in the house in the mudroom, find a place to put some of those devices. Don't let them live all night long on their own in the room with nobody with them to, to have that kind of access. I think that kids and parents have to have more conversation. Parents need to understand, what is it that you really like about this? And then together, let's look at the terms of service. What kind of data are they taking? How long they're going to keep it? Did you know they own your pictures? And I think that if kids just sort of took charge of their own identity, their own selves, then they'll get in the game and bring their parents along to protect themselves as well.
Yeah, Denise, thank you. Such a wealth of information. And as a parent of a teenager, I will say conversations are key, because that's really the best way to have them trust you and you trust them. Thank you for coming on. And Rudabeh, I'm going to send it back to you.